What's up, everyone? Welcome to Redskins Talk TV. This is your host, Trey. Now, we just saw the Redskins fall to the Atlanta Falcons. We're now 2-3. It was a close game, and we lost in overtime. Offensively, we looked flat. I mean, the passing game is what really kept us alive, so I can't really fault Kirk Cousins too much, although the second interception, you kind of put it on him, but the slip of Ryan Grant, it's on him as well. But sometimes that happens. But I think Kirk Cousins kind of rushed that pass, and also when you look at that play, it looks like he was kind of backpedaling and came off his feet a little bit, so he didn't have a lot of ground under him to put more into that ball. But at the same time, it's easy to say that because Ryan Grant slipped, that's the reason why, but Ryan Grant would still have had to have caught the ball, and perhaps he would have, perhaps he wouldn't have. If the defender had been reading the route, it's possible that he could have picked it off. I mean, he did, and he ran it for a touchdown that killed us. But the passing game is what kept this game alive, because there was nothing to the running game. Alfred Morris didn't get much on the ground. Matt Jones didn't. Chris Thompson, he served more as a pass catcher than a runner. So in the run game, we're playing too conservative. And I said in my previous video that I have a problem with Kirk Cousins passing too many times in a game. And that's only because when we have to play catch-up, that's what it boils down to. I know that the Atlanta Falcons, having the 5th ranked run defense, they may not create or allow much opportunity, but you still have to lean on the run, because every now and then there's going to be a hole that's going to open up, and we're going to break one for some good yardage. And the more we can convert, that run defense will start to suffer. We didn't do that, but they were sure putting it on us, and our run defense didn't show up. Keenan Robinson, who's normally a sure tackler, he had a lot of missed tackles today. A lot of our guys had missed tackles on Dante Freeman, and it was embarrassing. But and it's not to take anything away from the Atlanta Falcons. They looked flat in the first half, but in all the other games where they were losing and they come back from the first half and go into the second half, they make those adjustments, something that we don't do too well, and they find a way to win, which is why they're 5-0 now, and we're 2-3. We are not finding a way to seal the deal and shut teams down or put our foots on their throats and go for the jugular. We're not doing that. In the first half, we're looking like geniuses. We had everything that we needed, and everything looked well. We go into the halftime, and it was like 7-3, something like that. And a close games, I mean, you can't sit back and say, hey, I'm comfortable. I mean, unless it's 10 seconds left on the game clock in the fourth quarter, and it was still 7-3, and we had possession of the ball, then there would have been no reason to be comfortable. But we have a way, we're not scoring enough. We're not creating a lot of turnovers. We did get some this game, but we're not getting enough turnovers. I think we could have gotten more pressure, but that was a bit difficult. Corners giving cushion to the receivers is always going to be a gripe for me. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. And with the Atlanta Falcons, we were giving up the inside route, and our corners are playing outside. Plus, they were giving that cushion. So they were picking us apart, matriculating down the field. I use that a lot because that's exactly what opposing teams are doing. They're getting down the field. They're converting and getting first downs, keeping our defense on the field. Our defenders are sucking wind, missing tackles, and that's what it all boiled down to. We didn't play a good game. We did manage to tie it up at the end of regulation to take it to overtime. We won the coin toss, but when it really mattered the most, the play calling, it was second down, and Sean McVay and Jay Gruden called for a pass play, and it got picked off. But rewinding to the fourth quarter, after the Breland interception, we called some of the jankiest plays, and I'm asking what the fuck, especially that screenplay, where a previous screenplay had been sniffed out because we're not sealing the blocks, and the defender is right on the pass catcher. They know it's coming, so that's the problem. And the trick plays, I'm not really a big fan of trick plays. I never have been, because we don't have an offensive line athletic enough to seal the blocks and make sure that the plays get some sort of positive yardage. We don't have athletic linemen. I like Trent Williams, but you know, after the knee injuries and everything, he's not quite as athletic. There were a couple times where he had one good block down the field. It was beautiful. But overall, the rest of the offensive line, it's like he's on one level and the rest of the offensive line is here. Scherf, he's going to make it there, but there's still, he needs more experience. He doesn't play with that nastiness. I think of all the offensive linemen, Trent Williams has got the nastiest attitude, and that's what you need as an offensive lineman, which is why sometimes he draws those stupid penalties, because he's a bully. But you got to play it smart. Either which way, special teams really can't give anything too negative or positive to that. They did what they had to do. They didn't allow for any big plays from the opposing team, but they didn't give up too much or yield too much when it was our turn to receive the ball in return. But from the offensive and defensive standpoint, we just didn't do enough. I would like to have seen more of the running game, but we need to do something in terms of developing better run blockers, because Alfred Morris, I think he's a premium running back. And I also think that the shift of this running back by committee, Alfred Morris can only get better when he gets more touches. And switching between running backs, I don't know if it's me, but I can see it kind of wearing on him. One of the announcers says that Alfred Morris doesn't mind sharing the load. As a starting running back, you do mind. And when you draft a running back and you see him getting more touches than you, that's when you start to be concerned how long you're going to be on the team. Alfred Morris doesn't deserve this. I mean, the whole thing with Robert Griffin III is one thing, but Alfred Morris has been nothing but a class act, been very humble. He's a hard worker. I think he is a focal point of our offense, more so than Kirk Cousins or RG3. Putting the ball in his hands, putting the game on his shoulders. If we're not doing that, then we're just going to be one of those middle tier, lower tier teams. And when it comes to the NFC East, we're all very passionate about a hatred towards the Cowboys, Eagles, and Giants. And for the past couple of seasons, having finished in the cellar, I mean, we need every win. And this was an opportunity to beat a top-tier team. But we fell short in halftime. I mean, we gave them a run for the money, but it shouldn't have even had to have gone to overtime. Some missed opportunities on their end, missed field goal, the attempt for the 2-point conversion. We would have won the game if we had just kicked the extra point. In hindsight, it may have been a good idea to kick the 2 points, but if we had just kicked the point after the touchdown, the game would have ended in regulation with us getting a 1-point victory. And again, that's all because of play calling. So we have to move on to the next game. I have to look at the schedule. I can't remember who we play next, but this one, it hurts because this was a winnable game. There's nothing special about the Atlanta Falcons. They have a good run game. They have a good run defense. We're as competent as any other team, and we did a lot more than any of the previous teams did in terms of playing them down to the wire. But at the end of the day, one team gets the W, the other team gets the L. And unfortunately today we took the L. I'm pissed off about that, to the highest festivity. Anyway, if you like this video, hope that you like, subscribe, and share. And to my Redskins family, hail to the Redskins. Peace.